Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Cheap Air's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And you get to look at the thermometer here for a while. It wasn't really all that hot today, but you can see the humidity's up quite a bit. And we had little promised threats of rain that never really got here. Strange. I walked up to check my water tank level, and I was getting rained on at my water tank, and that's 75 feet from the cabin. And I walked back to the cabin, and it was dry, but I looked back over my shoulder, and it was still sprinkling back at the water tank. I guess that's what they call isolated showers. So, right now it's 9 p.m. I just now got to sit down here and I'm going to have a beer. Why? Well, I was out in the electric room today organizing things and straightening wires and making new connections and all that kind of stuff, and making everything look nice and pretty. And I got it all put together. And in the meantime, while I was doing that, because it was an overcast day anyway with the rain problems and all that, I said, what the heck? So I fired up the gen, and I put my 80 amp charger on my battery pack in a 12 volt sequence. So I could charge all the batteries one at a time and at 12 volts and 80 amps and get them all charged to 100%. I figure while I'm doing all the work in there, when I go to hook everything back up, I'll have a fully charged 48 volt bank system. Well, best laid plans of men and mice and bears. Oh my word. So here's what happened. I get everything hooked up. I flip the switches on the all-in-one. Everything just lights up to start right, and all of a sudden, boop, fault. And it's fault number 17. So I look up fault number 17 in the book, and it says, inverter short circuit. I went, oh no, what the hell? Oh, Jesus. So I started troubleshooting. And in the troubleshooting sequence, I found out that if you get an error 17, usually because the inverter is overheated, as soon as it cools down, it's supposed to reset itself. Well, I let it cool down for a few minutes, tried it, no, still goes back to the error again. I tried that 3 or 4 times, didn't work. Even tried putting a fan on it and cool things down. It didn't work. What the heck is going on here? It started getting late, and I said, well, nothing's been running in the cabin all day. My refrigerator and freezers and all that stuff have been shut off. So I need to get some power back. So I disconnected the 48 volt system, rearranged all the batteries, hooked them back up into a 12 volt system, hooked them back up to my Ames inverter, and turned the Ames on, and it started to come on and went off. I went, what the heck is going on here? So I said, there's got to be a short somewhere. Well, yep, sure enough. The metal box I used to put all of the AC wires in to make the connections between the old wiring and the new wiring. Well, I didn't have any of the rubberized wire connectors, so I just used regular Romex connectors. Well, apparently when I tightened those down, I cut through the insulation on a couple of the wires that go to the circuit panel, and there's my short. It was shorting right at that metal box. So by the time I found that out, it was only about 15 minutes ago. It's too late to rewire everything back again. So I'm going to let it sit on the 12 volt system overnight. And when I get up in the morning, I'll have some coffee and I'll go out there and I'll start rewiring everything back to the 48 volt system. In the meantime, I've also decided that I'm going to use this 12 volt system with the big Bigfoot battery that I have in the garage. And it's going to run the water pump, my shallow well pump from Harbor Freight. That's not a well, not to a well, that goes to my water tank. But I'll be able to run the well pump on a separate circuit so it doesn't draw 18 amps every time it kicks on. And I'm running on low amps, high voltage on the 48 volt system. So I want to alleviate that problem with not being able to run air conditioners and fans and the water pump all at once, because that's a pain in the neck. So if I take the water pump off, put it on its own circuit, put a solar panel or two up there on the back side of the container, back side of the garage, hey, all set, ready to go, right? Now all I need is a couple of solar panels. As if I don't have any laying around, right? Yeah, I'll be able to set that up with something and get it going. And then my next trip to Orange County, I'll pick up another large panel to run that one circuit. And that'll solve that problem. So I just wanted to fill you in what's going on. You might have looked and said, well, G-Bear's not posting tonight. Yeah, I'm posting. And tomorrow's going to be a hectic day, too. I got a neighbor that called. It's got some problems up at her cabin I got to go take care of. I've got to get down to the gas station because I ran the gen all day today and used a lot of gas doing that. And I got to make sure that I have a backup ready to go just in case things go south on me. And I've got mail at the post office, but tomorrow's Sunday, but that's okay. I got a P.O. box, so I can still get in and check my P.O. box. And, I guess last thing I got to do is stop at the dollar store down there and get some treats for the dogs for their after dinner treats. So that's it, everybody. You're all filled in. Comments and questions and snide remarks down below. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This is G-Bear signing off.